Oh my God. How y'all doing out there, man? Y'all chime on in, chime on in.
What I
Thank you for coming
do?
in for another week and hanging out with
Oh
the
my
hams.
God.
Hopefully y'all could hear us and see us real nice out there. Let me get my microphone piece together.
Yeah,
Hopefully
get it together.
it's supposed to do what it's supposed to do. Hold on, let me get a little bit of adjustment here.
Yeah, go on adjust
How
that.
y'all doing out there, man? Y'all chime on in and let us know what's popping. Whew, it's been a rough day today.
Oh man, what happened?
Well, just it was a long day and people were sending me stuff and I couldn't figure out what's going on.
Oh, oh.
But other than that,
So other than that, how was your day? Was your day good?
yeah, it was fine. It was fine. Everything was good. I'm just chilling.
Okay, that's what's up.
But other than that, everything is good. How's everything with you?
My day was great. I don't have any complaints. What?
I'm just saying,
No, what?
the way you rolled in 2 minutes ago, it was like it was it was like Eddie Kane Jr. when he ran in there on a slit on his knees. He was like, "Oh, ain't got no money."
But I showed up. I
Whatever,
was on time.
whatever.
I was ready to go.
Nobody want to hear that.
That's what matters. Good. Can you do something with that? Can you turn that down, sir?
That was my watch. Thank you.
Well, matter of fact, I gotta turn mine
Appreciate
down
it.
while I'm over here talking.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, my day was good. Um, it was a good day. I really have no complaints.
Was it?
It is.
I
It was a
don't. I
good day.
don't believe you.
It was. It was a good day. Man, listen. Other than
Uh,
other than thank you, Wendell. Wendell said we look happy together.
oh, thank you, Wendell.
He don't
Hopefully you can
he
hear
don't
us
like
and
me
see
that
us
much,
good out
Wendell.
there.
He always talking mess.
She alright. She
Yeah.
alright.
But yeah, my day was good. I ain't had no complaints today. It was chill. I was a little tired because last night at about 12:34 a.m. I developed this cramp in my left leg.
You was in there like, oh,
Definitely. And I was trying not to wake you up in the process.
shot me in my pinky toe.
So I'm limping around the room. I'm trying to massage it
uh,
out. I took my heating pad and wrapped it around it, and it was trauma. It was a lot going on. And then I ended up waking up at 3 something in the morning to go to the bathroom. And I was like, man, my alarm about to go off in like an hour and some change. And yeah. So I'm a little tired. A little tired. I've been hitting the gym. Um, so that's been my thing. That's interesting. Now I'm, trying to go after work and oh boy, let's just say it's a challenge. But it feels good. My body is sore, but it's tight and it feels good. So no complaints.
well,
I'm
okay.
hungrier though, a lot more.
Oh yeah, you ready to eat everything up?
Man, look, I'll be right around 5:30 to 6:30. About around that time, I'll be like, "Argh." And then after I come from the gym, it really be a wrap. So I don't know what I'm gonna do about that. We gonna figure some things out.
Well, good. Well, I'm glad that you had a good day today. Is anybody
What's
talking?
up,
Anybody
Don?
jumping in today?
Wendell says he loves the hell out of you, and Don says, "Hi, my loves. Hello, my baby.
What's up, Mr. Wendell West? And what's up, Don? How you doing, love? It's good
We'll
to see
see.
y'all.
We'll see you soon, Don.
Oh, she gone?
Well, no, the 4th of
Oh, hello. Oh, okay.
July.
I'm like, she leaving already?
Nah,
She
nah,
just got in here.
nah.
Yeah, well, other than that, it was a smooth day. They served some like a half baked breakfast today. They ain't had no vegan options though. So I was like, what's up with that?
How you companies gonna be out there serving food and y'all don't have vegan options now?
Yeah, they ain't had no they
Nothing.
had apples and oranges. So I got me
Ooh,
an apple and an orange or a tangerine or whatever it was.
ooh. I mean, that's still good. That's good. Was it a
Yeah.
green apple at least?
No, they only had the red ones. They had a red apple and some tangerine.
Mm.
Yeah, but I made do
Boo,
with what they had.
boo.
But yeah, they had like bacon, sausage, and pancakes.
All
No,
the
no
all the
eggs, nothing.
the greatest American diet ever.
But other than that, what's cracking? What's going on?
Shit, chilling,
What we
chilling,
got for
man.
tonight?
So we asked the question. First of all, if for those who are new to the program, I am Treasure Cheltenham, and I am one of the hams.
I'm Sean Cheltenham, and I'm one of the hams.
And this is the Ham Show.
This is the Ham Show, y'all. Y'all tune in every week at
Wednesday
night at 8 p.m.
at 8 p.m.
And y'all hit us up, and we can chop it up. What's on the agenda for tonight? What we talking
We
about?
talking about why did I get married?
Oh, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, why did you do it?
Why did it do it? Hold on. Don says, I'm real good. I've been in college for the last 6 months. I'm about a quarter of the way into getting my associate's degree in cardiovascular sonography or sonography. Sonography.
What?
Her cardiovascular, she getting a degree, her associate's degree in cardiovascular sonography.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Congrats to you, Don. That's huge.
Yeah, congratulations.
Congrats to you. That's a big thing. That's what's up. She said, I'm gonna work it out. But yes, we going into the topic of we talking about marriage, finance, family, but we are talking about why people choose to get married and why we got married and why did I get married. So, you said why did I get married? I didn't get married like that. Like women,
What you mean?
we get chosen.
So what you mean? What you married me for?
Oh,
Yeah, what's the point?
I married you because
what was the whole point?
I married you because you was cute.
Whatever. That ain't enough. That's not enough. I wouldn't have married you for that.
You got to say it like that in front of National Powder Vision.
I'm just saying it. I mean,
you could at least lie.
I'm just telling the truth.
See, that's how y'all know this shit ain't even scripted.
I don't want to lie.
It's not scripted. It's live, raw, direct. But you see how he do me in front of y'all?
What? What I'm trying to do? You just trying to get out of answering the question.
We're gonna take I'm gonna answer the question.
Yeah.
A moment of silence for my feelings.
Your feelings. You gotta get your feelers ready.
She's big sexy. That part right there, Don. Big sexy. He getting little though. He getting kind of small, man.
Not small enough.
It's coming though. It's coming. You're getting little, man. You be looking funny standing on. You look at him from the side, you look funny.
Whatever.
You know, you be losing weight and you be like, why they look kind of something off about that person?
Nice. That's not nice.
It's a good not nice though. It's a celebratory not nice.
That's not nice.
I got married for a couple different reasons. For me, it was kind of the moment of finding that person, knowing what it actually felt like to find your person. Initially, it was, the initial thought process for many women is, oh, I've been made an honest woman of. And it was like, okay, somebody thinks highly enough of me to be committed to me forever and start a life with me and grow together with me. That for women kind of solidifies you as a woman in a certain space. You're just like, okay, I've been made. That's why as little girls we're always told, get married, blah, 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 and be made an honest woman of. That's what that kind of means. So it was one of those situations where I was like, dang, man, because I never thought I would get married. I never really wanted to. I just was like, I'm cool. And I don't really, I don't know why. I think that it was probably a bunch of different.
You don't know why?
I don't know why I was like that. I think it was a bunch of different reasons.
Oh, I thought you said you don't know why.
Oh, I got married? Yeah. I don't know. I'm telling you right now. Yeah. So that was one of the main reasons for me. And just being able to just understand that I'm going to be with somebody for the rest of my life and their natural life. And it's like you're being with your best friend forever.
So if something happened to me, y'all, you know what to do. You know who to call.
Look, he the one got insurance out on me. Y'all don't know that. He don't know that I know. But he got policies on me.
What?
So I don't know what y'all talking about. If I go, y'all know.
What?
Because I'm sure worth a lot more dead.
A lot of us are, I guess.
Apparently so.
So why do men get married? What's the name of the show? What we doing?
Why did I get married?
Why did I get married?
And those are some of my initial reasons. My reasons changed over the years.
Oh, really? What was they before?
I just told you it was that, and it was being made an honest woman of, and just having the understanding or the feeling of, dang, this is like I'm with with my person.
What is the
I'm like
mean?
nothing can go
What does that
wrong.
mean? What is the being made an honest
Woman
woman
up.
thing? What does that mean?
So when women are little girls, they are taught uh, specific things, especially by women who are married or were married. They're taught specific things. They're taught how to cook and clean and take care of a household, and blah 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 blah, so that they're prepared for a husband,
Uh,
right? In a more traditional sense. The good evening, mom. Um, the when they're young, they're taught all these things. So when a woman gets older, that's why you have a lot of women who feel a certain type of way who are in their late 30s and have not been married, right? Because when a man, like you say, and well, like it says in the like you say, but like it says in the Bible, a man that finds a wife finds a finds a good thing,
finds favor.
right? So for
Finds a good thing and favor with the Lord,
right,
with God.
what God said. So
I don't like the way my
with
mic is doing this.
you having
I'm
issues over
having
there.
a struggle sandwich over
You
here.
gonna get it together?
I'm trying to, y'all. Sorry.
Work it out.
Hopefully y'all can hear me well
Is
out there.
that better?
Yeah, right
Okay,
there. It's
cool,
where it's supposed to stay, but it
cool.
just keep going. It's like falling asleep on me. It's like that. And I'm
No,
like,
don't do that. Don't do
yeah. I'm
that.
like, man,
Don't
cut
do
it out,
that.
man. Cut it
So
out.
back to what I was saying. Uh, so like when you get older and a man wants to marry you, it's like when you say being made an honest woman of, it's like saying that a man selected me to be his wife for an eternity, right? To run the household, to be the nurturer, to be the mother of the kids and all that stuff. That's a big step for a woman. That's saying I did something right in my life where, you know what I'm saying? It's almost like a prize. You know what I'm saying? It's like ding ding ding, bells go off, and that's why we cry and shit when y'all propose, for the most part, because it's like it's an emotional thing to know it's almost like I'm good enough.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? Especially for younger generation and kids that grew up in certain areas or, grew up in certain neighborhoods. It's like saying I'm good enough for to be somebody's wife, that somebody is looking at me in such a light to just make me a part of their world forever. So that's a huge step for a woman. So that's why marriage is like a big to do for most women. Now, today's society, maybe not so much because people are kind of steering away from it. Uh, but yeah, that was like for me the biggest, I think, factor in the earlier stages of it when I was just like, dang, man, it's almost like I did it. You know what I mean? It's like I did it, mom. Um, Don said, sounds like me trying to say that, sounds like to me trying to say that a woman is only truly a woman if she has a husband, or at least that's the way we were taught. And kind of like in some um in some cultures or households, you can definitely say that. Like it was like you're not a woman until till you wiped in some cultures. Yeah. So yeah, that is in some cultures. But for me, it was just a little bit different. Like I say, it was like it's like winning the lottery or some shit,
Mm.
for lack of better words, because it's like an honor. You know what I mean? And you walk differently, you talk differently, because now you don't just represent yourself. You know what I mean? Like when I go out in public, I represent you. I represent our family. I represent our love, our commitment to one another.
Right.
So it's a big thing to hold that when you take somebody's last name. So why'd you get married?
Why did I get
I
married?
had I had some people tell me some things earlier today we're gonna get into, but yeah.
About me?
No.
No. I'm like, what? They don't know me. They don't know nothing about me.
Why you getting all
They
sensitive?
don't know nothing about me. But
Well, hold on. Before you can go there, Nick says it goes both ways though. A woman chooses the man too. I
well,
I disagree.
it depend on what he's trying to say. Like for marriage, no,
Yeah, for
because
marriage, no, because we don't marry the
a
man.
woman can't marry a man.
Right.
They can't choose in that manner.
Right.
They could choose to say yeah, but they
Maybe I
can't.
think that's what Nick means. They can
Oh,
choose to
okay.
say. Nick, just kind of elaborate. Is that what you mean? that a woman can choose to say yes or no.
Yeah, because a man has the access or the keys to marriage.
Right.
Women don't.
The woman accepts the man.
Well, yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah, yeah, for sure, for sure.
I think
The,
she accepted him. But here's the interesting part to that, because my thing is, why are you even with him? Because think about it. If we're in a relationship, especially if it's more than a year, because all you need is 4 seasons to know if you love somebody enough, or if somebody's worth you marrying.
less than that, you need 2 seasons.
No, you need all four.
If you know how to vet, you need two.
True that, but for the most part, you want all four.
You know if the person is what you looking for. Period.
Yeah, he said that's what he meant, that she chooses the right to say yes or no.
Yeah.
So, but my thing is this: if you with a person for a significant amount of time, you pretty much know if you're going to marry that person. So, like, if the man proposes and you say no, then why are you in this relationship?
Yeah.
What's the
Well, yeah.
purpose?
I mean, unless you just thought you was gonna date forever and
Maybe,
you know what I'm saying, but you would think that the man would know that. You would think
maybe.
that he would know that from talking to her or having conversations or whatever.
But there are a lot of cases, and that's why we're having this topic tonight, because a lot of people do not, like, women do not marry for the same reasons that men do.
I guess not. I thought they did. I mean,
Mm-mm.
the what did Courtney say, baby?
She says marriage is a beautiful thing to women, but a lot of people don't understand that it's extremely sacred and spiritual bond. Knowing your position as a woman means everything. The Bible says when a man finds a wife, he finds a good thing, not when a woman finds a man.
True, true.
Exactly. That she summed it up in basically everything I said earlier.
Right.
Mom said most women have a fantasy of him and do not clearly vet the person.
True.
Yes,
True.
that right
We
there is
talked
the
about that a couple times in other
in other shows.
podcasts that
Yeah,
we did.
that right there is
Yeah.
like the epitome of the overall picture, because you have this thought process of what you want him to be and what you think he should be and what he's there to serve you and do this and that and what
Right.
his purpose is.
Yeah, they
And in
crazy.
reality, that's not nowhere near.
Most of the time, like I tell my wife all the time, most of the time I think women don't live in reality. Period. They they are a what you would call magical creatures of words. Like they can say words and that becomes their reality instead of actually what really
What it really is. Some
It's,
people live in that world,
yeah.
and a lot of women do that. We'll think a thought has nothing to do with what's going on, but in our mind, that's what happened. That's a reality.
Yeah,
Don
the
says, overall, I don't think people understand the process of vetting someone. I'm glad you brought that up, Don, because we're gonna get into that. But let's get into why you got married.
okay. He said
Don't come after women and clump us all together.
no, I'm
No,
talking
we're
about
saying
in
in
general.
general.
I'm saying I'm not picking on the extreme. I'm not extreme with it. I'm just saying
No,
in
no, no, no. It's
general.
just in general.
Like
Generalization.
yeah,
That's why I always say most women or some women, because I don't want people thinking I'm talking about all.
yeah, they usually like they'll pick out certain words in the conversation and create a whole
Mm-hmm.
theme or an atmosphere
Mm-hmm.
of what's actually what they think is going on or how they perceive it going on.
Because and then the
Yeah.
reason that I say some women are most is because I come across a lot of them that do that. Hell, I used to even do it. Like
Uh
whatever is my said. All right, now we safe again.
no, so I got married for a couple of things. I knew that I got married for practical reasons. Two people together forging as one makes you more prosperous. You save a lot of money. You build a lot of money. You start to build assets quicker because you're putting two heads together to forge towards one thing.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, I wanted to get married that way. I knew there was somebody to take care of my children when I was gone because I always seem to think that I'm going to be gone before everybody
Yeah,
else.
you do.
So to that was just like self fulfillment of my thought process. Uh, I mean, to love someone is in there, but the love wasn't the reasons why. I could still love you and not be
Yeah.
married to you.
Tina
So
said it best. What's love got to do with it?
Yeah. So though I love you, that's not why I married you. I married you because I I needed someone who can fulfill what I was trying to do with my legacy. And that's to hand down a whole bunch of money or property to my children. And you can't do that when you run in the street. Well, you can do it, but
It's not the same.
it's not the same. And
It's
and
not
I
the same.
and I'd rather have a covenant instead of just running the streets. You know what I'm
Right,
saying? And
right.
and that's not my style anyway. I'm not really built to be, you know, running the streets like that, like
Yeah,
people be saying.
yeah. Courtney says a lot of people don't get that dating or courting is the time to vet that individual, but nowadays people do not see dating as that anymore. They don't. It's like we gon' you cute. Oh, I like your booty. We gonna hook up, get
I
together.
like your boo.
Yeah, no, because that's how it goes. It's like it's
Yeah.
real quick. I like your booty. We gonna get together. And now the first thing you do, I don't like because I never allowed myself to see what you look like when you're upset. How do you handle anger? How do you handle pain? How do you handle uh, your emotions in general? How are you with your finances? How are you with
Like the bulk
building?
of that stuff you'll know in 6 months.
You'll
Like
know it because those are
finances,
yeah,
finances, hygiene,
yeah,
spirituality.
yeah.
You'll know that within
You're
six
gonna know.
months.
So it's like
Yeah. How they handle pressure.
they don't people don't even ask the yeah, it's definitely too quick. People don't even talk about finances before they get in relationships.
Right. Yeah. How you gonna be like, oh, we together now. By the way, how's your bills? What's your credit look like?
Yeah, like why is your car getting repoed? Like
Right.
what's happening right
Yeah.
now?
What's going
We
on?
don't even talk about the stuff that we need to talk about in the process of getting to know each other, but yet we're saying we're getting to know each other. How am I getting to know you when I don't know nothing about your family? I don't know where you come from, your background. I just know that you like to go out on Wednesdays and you work a lot and what else? Just little stupid things. Don
Yeah.
says people don't even date anymore. They go out one time, get intimate, then want to be jealous and monopolize that person's time, and they're automatically together. Yeah, because you know how that goes. You sleep with somebody, you're like, we together now. Courtney says, what do most guys see as wife material these days? Because all they see now is the fake physical appearances. And I love the fact that she said the fake physical appearances because it's like to the process, to the point where everything is legitimately so um based on physical attributes, and a lot of these physical attributes are not people's. Like you getting these booty lifts, you getting implants and all kind of other stuff, and it's like that's not even what this person looks like. What happens when you turn 80? What happens when you 73? What happens when you sick? What happens when you can't go to the gym? What
Right.
happens? You know what I'm saying? Am I you gonna still love me when one of my booty cheeks done flipped around and I gotta go get it
You
removed?
got a booty fetish
You know
tonight,
what I'm
huh?
saying? It's all about the booty, apparently. Bob says you have to have the right conversation because people don't use dating to vet. They're after a good time.
Right. Yeah, for
Exactly.
sure.
And so it's like once they have that good time, now it's okay, now what? And it's like, what do you mean now what? First of all, you shouldn't have went there that fast.
Yeah,
Or
for
you should have
sure.
you should have waited and took some time because how did you my thing is, especially as I started getting older in life, like your physical attraction was not what made me be like, oh, yeah, I'm gonna do that. The intellect, what you talked about, the things, your goals, your dreams, your aspirations, what you envision. Like, are you intelligent to have a certain conversation? Are you business at like those were the things I'm like, oh, you might be somebody worth dealing with, worth me giving my time to. And we don't do that. And I think vetting people is such a huge thing because nobody really does it. The courtship is kind of the courting process is even different now.
Yeah, it is.
You
It's
don't even
getting a
have
little
like,
weird out
especially
in the
with these
streets.
young kids, you don't even you it's very seldom you have a young man that actually comes and speaks to a young lady's mother or father or both or grandparents, whoever's raising them. It's very rare that you have that even today. And then the guys that are doing it, the girls are not interested in them, no way.
Girls is different now. I mean, guys are different too, but the whole culture is different. Everything is
Right.
different now. Sorry, y'all. I'm over here trying to get my daughter situated.
She all right.
She stubbed her toe next to the pinky toe, and she thinks she broke it. So I'm trying to make sure that they have the insurance cards and all the rest of that stuff ready.
That's
So
the same toe from the other night.
I think it's her left toe now.
So no, she has something on her right hand.
She messed her finger up.
Yeah, so that
She
was
just
like
fell
2 days
accident,
ago.
bro.
We got to get her a
Every time I
helmet,
turn around, man, she needed more than a helmet.
full body
She need a
cast.
full body like
All
air
our all of our
bubble.
kids are accident prone though. The oldest, it said she should wear a helmet growing up. God bless her. But she was accident prone. I sent her to remember the time I told you I sent her to the bathroom to get some tissue and she came back with a hole in her head and it was
Right,
leaking.
right, yeah.
How does that happen?
Yeah, something wrong with these kids, man.
But
Let
anywho,
me take a couple seconds to
shout out some folk.
shout out some people for the likes and stuff.
Yeah.
Akeem L hit us with the like. Tico Leslie with the like. Stephen Bridges, John Britt, Javon Coleman, and for the loves, Don hit us with a love. Pulpo Tobin.
I don't know who that is.
Yeah, I don't know who that is.
Probably one of my people's.
Pulpo.
Poopa. A poopa.
Yeah.
We'll go with it.
And then my mom hit us with the love. Thank y'all.
Appreciate y'all.
What is mom talking about?
She says, a young man said to me today that a woman told him she wanted a real man. He said, then lose the wig, lashes, the butt lift, lip enhancements, etc., etc.,
Yeah,
etc.
for sure. Yeah.
No, for
you got to get rid of some of
real.
that stuff if you're looking for something real. You can't
Listen.
you can't be in a glass house like throwing rocks in a glass house.
No, you really can't.
Right.
You really can't.
Yeah, that's
so
not a good thing.
if you peeling stuff off your face, you know what I'm saying, or if you adjusting body parts because they shifting around, you know what I mean? Like you can't. And then here's my thing: when women say that I want a real man, like, and we're gonna probably have to do a show on that. What does that mean?
What does that
What
mean?
does that mean when we say that?
I forgot to say, by the way, if you're looking for a house or you're trying to buy some property or land, you want to hit up Mr. Wendell West. Wendell West was in the building earlier. I don't know if he's still here, but this is Mr. Wendell West.
Yes, sir.
And if you can hit him up in his DMs or what is that? What they call
slide
him?
in the DM.
Is that what they call him for Facebook? Is
Yeah,
the DMs
yeah.
or Messenger?
Yeah.
Hit him up on the Messenger, and he can hook you up with all your house and land and property needs.
Yes, sir.
I don't know if you do rental, but I mean, I'm sure you can ask him.
Don says y'all need to watch out for your pinky toes.
Right.
She says you're cramping, girls are stubborn. I'm telling you.
Right. Yeah.
I'm telling you, we over here, we doing too much.
Right.
I need some more what is it?
Okay, so marriage.
When his hand go up like that, y'all, it's gonna be good.
Marriage. Do people really know what it's for?
Mm-mm.
Like, what is marriage for? What is it exactly for?
So today,
I'm talking about this period. What is it supposed to be for?
No, I'm saying today how I look at it.
Yeah.
Let me finish my thought, man.
Okay, go ahead.
So today, how I look at marriage, as I've grown over the years and kind of like read and understood more of what it means, is marriage is a business transaction.
Pretty much. It's close to it.
It is a business transaction. You are basically taking two businesses and putting them together to make them stronger, bigger, and better. Let's talk about marriage back in the day when marriage was arranged. So his father,
that was still a business transaction.
I'm getting to that. Yeah, it still was. Absolutely. His father, right, talked to my dad and was like, look, our kid's gonna get married because your kingdom has X amount of people and guards and soldiers, and you own this, that, and the third, and we got this and this and this and this over here. So if we come together, we'll be bigger, we'll be richer, we'll be more powerful, we'll be stronger, we'll be able to grow, right? And then the royalty bloodline stays within the family. So when we have kids, now those kids are born into the family, blah, 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 blah. So marriage, if you go back to even those days, it has always been a business transaction. Two corporations just merged, right? So-and-so, the Cheltenham just acquired the Tobin Foundation or whatever you want to call it. And now we're together to become bigger, stronger, better for what? Our children.
Right. For legacy.
Legacy
Yeah,
purposes.
legacy person it's for kingdom building
It's for that keeping that bloodline strong.
and legacy purposes. If you're not really doing that, then you really, to me, you really don't need to be thinking about getting married if you.
Because I mean, and I get it today, because even like with I see both sides of it, because people can definitely say, "Oh, I'm married for love." That's cool, but what does love got to do with it? Love ain't gonna pay no bills. It's not going to make sure that you got a roof over your head. Um, you can't really build with that. Like, you can love what you do.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
can
you
love the
definitely gonna be
person.
mad if you.
Yeah. You can love the person for what they can provide to you, because it's a push and pull situation. It's the help me help you help us,
Right.
right? And I use that term a lot because I'm like, listen, I'm an asset to something, someone, somebody, somewhere at some point in time. And likewise, they are an asset to me. So I say, well, help me help you help us. Like, let's do this thing together. Let's be prosperous together. It's just a great thing when love's involved.
Let's go to the. She said, "Did we read this one?"
Yes.
All right. What about?
Yeah, we did all of
What
those.
about this one?
We did. Yep. Yep. We read that one.
Uh,
Baby, you late. We way
oh, we
past all of
passed
that.
all this.
All that.
What about this?
Yep.
All right.
Yep.
This
Yep.
and this.
Corporate mergers. Yes.
Yeah. My
Yes.
bad, y'all.
He was over there busy, getting
I'm over
fingers and
here trying to.
toes
I'm
worked
trying to
out.
facilitate people. I'm talking to the bank at the same time. My daughter's toed and broke off and ran down the
Oh my
street.
God.
I mean, what you want me to do? I'm trying to run a show.
It's a family man right there.
Yeah,
It's a family
yeah.
business
I'm trying
man.
to
It's a
do everything all
corporation.
at the same time. So sorry if y'all feel like I'm distracted. It's because I am.
So like, I think too, like, were you ever taught? And this is great because we got mom on here watching. Were you ever taught verbally
Mm-mm.
what marriage was? I know you were kind of
No,
taught
I watched it.
by watching
I
it.
watched my parents.
Right.
How they was married and how they handled things, but they never sat me down and said, "Hey, this is what this is about, and this is what it's for." Now, I don't even know if they felt like it was needed, or I don't know.
I
Maybe
don't
maybe
think
it didn't.
people do, because
Yeah,
people don't really even express a lot of family concerns anymore like they used to. Like, and I don't know, maybe correct me if I'm wrong, y'all.
Jordan said, "Get
Get
it
it together,
together, man."
man.
My bad, bro.
What Don say? Each partner contributes to the growth of the empire, and love is like a bonus check.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Exactly.
That's cool. I
Exactly.
likes that. That's
I
good
like that. I
words.
like that too. Um, I won't say that people don't really talk about it anymore, because I don't know that to be factual. Um,
But
but
they not doing like they
they're not teaching their
they
kids how to
not
do it.
doing like how they used to do back in the day, where you had wife training and husband training and
Hmm.
like
Like,
like
you
they
had
not
etiquette classes and all
right.
that
Yeah,
kind
they
of
not
stuff.
doing all that stuff. They not doing
Like,
that stuff no
they
more.
were
That stuff
teaching
don't
young
matter to
men what
nobody.
side of the street you're supposed to walk on, and like a lot of that stuff does not. If it does happen, it doesn't happen in our society.
Don thinks like a man. Look what she said right here.
But I think respect trumps love.
Yep, that's a man's line. That's a man's line, because usually a guy tell you, look, I'd rather you respect me than you to tell me you love me.
Yeah,
Yeah, because respect to us is love.
yeah, yeah. For men especially, and so I've been talking about that a lot at work too. Because I've had a lot of women just be like, okay, so what do men want? They want me to cook for them and clean for them. And I said, nope, they don't want none of that, because they can get a maid for that, or they can do it themselves. And then it's like, well, they just want some booty. Nope, they don't
Booty.
want that. I gotta use the word booty because I've been using it all night. So that's the word of the night, y'all, is booty.
Dan and Patterson. Oh,
That's the
Mr.
nine.
Oh, my bad. Denon Patterson. And hey, what up, Dave? Dave is back in the building. Dave North in the building. What up, man?
Oh, snitty snap.
Bro,
What
it's
up,
good to hear from you, man.
David North?
You got to hit me up later, man. See
Uh,
how you was doing.
yeah, man. What was the last part I said?
You was talking about
Oh, well, telling women at work. So
Right.
I'm like, dude, it's really the top three, and it's peace, loyalty, and respect are the top three. That's how you show a man that you love him. And they were like, really? And I'm like, yeah, just go ask any dude. I promise you, they may not use my exact same words, but they're
Yeah.
going to describe my words. I promise you.
Yeah. Yeah. For
Because the
sure.
last thing a man wants to hear when he been at work all day is you coming home nagging about something or talking down to him or talking crazy to him when the world had already beat him up and whooped him. And now he's coming home to some peace and quiet and some soothing, and you all in his face over something crazy. It's like
Yeah, I mean, if you looking for some nurturing and you get the skillet to the forehead, you ain't trying to hear none of that.
right. Don said David and Denon, hi y'all.
Oh, snap.
Teamsters Local 631
Yeah,
is in the building.
Teamsters in the building. How y'all doing out
You
there? But
know.
hey, so like, but for real, like, I think we kind of getting away from like teaching people about marriage and what they need to, the qualities that they need to have and all that stuff. Because you don't never hear no
You
one
never
talk
hear
about
nobody
it.
talk
I
about
mean,
it.
even on TV shows, remember TV shows used to have married families.
Yeah.
Now it's like just some put
Yeah.
together
It was
stuff.
always a family situation. Like when you think of all the sitcoms, and I'm talking about it didn't matter the culture, all the sitcoms had a mom and a dad,
Yeah, they had a
the
mom and a
kids,
dad.
they
They
had an
was married.
uncle.
Well,
They
nobody shagging up.
nope, you had an uncle that came over,
Yeah,
an
or the
auntie, a
grandma stayed
grandmother.
there with
Yep.
you. It was
And I
it
mean,
was
it was real, you know what I'm saying?
yeah,
And then
it
you
was
went through,
nuclear family
yeah.
style
The Cosby
living.
Show to me was kind of one of the funniest and greatest sitcoms ever because it displayed black culture in a sense of you can still have um two parents who are good parents who have great um great careers that can still raise children that were all different. Some went to college, some didn't.
Yeah,
So I mean, and let's talk about it. Like that you had kids on there smoking, drinking, everything that happens in a regular family on a regular basis happened on that show. You know, when you go back and look at like think about like as much as I have to talk to, I'm not gonna call bust her out, but one of my children don't like to keep their room clean. And it reminds me of
it's a couple
Theo.
of them. A
It's
couple of
it's
them.
it's a
Yeah,
couple
yeah.
of them.
It ain't just one of them. It's a
It is a
couple of them.
couple of them,
Yeah,
but it reminded me of Theo when Cliff used to walk in the room and
he
like
had to walk
push the
over
door
stuff.
open and he'd
Yeah,
be
yeah.
stepping on he and Theo just sitting there with his headphones
Right,
on, getting it. I'm
right.
like that's real life, and that's what I appreciated about that show.
That show was good, man. The Cosby Show was good. I mean, you had Family Matters. You had a whole bunch of stuff.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
all
saying?
that stuff. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And then you had shows like South Central. I don't know if y'all remember that one, but with Lorenz Tate. It was the single mom raising the three
I
kids
don't
in
think I
LA.
seen that.
That
Yeah,
was a great show.
yeah. I don't think I seen that one.
Joel Stewart, he said all she got to do is sing "Let Me Love You
Yeah.
Down"
When you say South Central, it reminds me of that movie with
with the young kid.
the young kid with the whack
Yeah,
haircut. He had
yeah.
that weird looking haircut.
Because he
It
was
looked
in
like a
South
chili
Central,
bowl.
man. That's
It was
how
like
they looked back
it was
then.
like he had like Wenabi in the front and
Man,
then
look,
Fran Hampton in the back. It was like it was weird.
that's how you
He
look.
had Malcolm X in the front and somebody else in the back.
Who was somebody else?
I don't know. Just pick
He had a
somebody.
bold cavadas.
It was weird. It was weird. It was a crow bowl.
Crow bold.
Yeah.
It was a bold crow. It was a bold crow.
Right.
A bold
It
crow.
looked like a Velcro wig on that mug. That's what
It
it looked like.
did.
Yeah.
It did. It did. Like a microphone head.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Don said, I've had the house to myself for about a month and my house stays clean all the time now.
That's how it be when don't nobody be
When ain't
there.
nobody but you.
Yeah.
Listen, I'm not even gonna go there, but yeah, when you by yourself, things are way different. Way different.
I wonder if we went back to teaching our kids about, you know, wifely duties and what men are supposed to do, would it change society quickly or will it take a long time?
Um, I don't know the real answer to that question, but I I think that it's a little bit of both. It's in between. The reason I say that is because sometimes it takes because we're already in a stage right now
I don't think there's
where
no hope for the future.
I
I
do
think we're
though.
going down, but that's because you're a woman and y'all
No, no, no,
usually be
no, no.
optimistic.
Listen. Yes, this is true, but I have conversations with people sometimes where I'm just like, okay, you not stupid. You know what I'm saying? Like you get it. You kind of understand what's happening. You understand where life is and you understand the process of things. So that's why I say you have the way society is today, the kids today, they're more aggressive in how they deal with things like the stuff that we tolerated and our parents tolerated. These kids today, they don't they ready to go to war. So a lot of stuff they won't let
Yeah,
slide.
but
But
we talking about nuclear
right,
families.
so I'm getting to that. But with that being said, if you give them the correct training and understanding and knowledge and they apply it, there's a strong possibility.
I think so in society today, the parents are the last person to teach the child anyway. They go out into the world teach them, then
It's
you
not
come
the
back
last person to teach them, it's the last person that the child listens to
because we're the last ones to teach them. They spend most of their time with the world.
in the streets. Yeah.
Right. So the school, they trust the school teachers, like what they say is bonded,
No, they
and,
friends.
and they friends and stuff like that. And then you got to try to debrief them
Yeah.
between your busy schedule.
You got to unteach what they've been taught in these
Right.
streets.
And it makes it difficult. I mean, everything, like if you look at YouTube right now, ain't nothing showing nothing about a
A family.
nuclear family.
Yeah, you got to go
Hell,
type it
even
up.
Simba was his daddy was gone.
But I mean, but let's be
He was an
honest.
orphan.
But let's be honest though, all Disney movies, one of the parents is dead.
I'm just saying, but hey, I'm just saying, like even on TV, it don't reflect what it used to be when I was younger with nuclear families. Like even in movies, they had both parents
This is
back in the
true.
day.
Yeah, this is true.
Now it don't have like you can't find nobody who has both parents in a movie now.
I'm sitting here trying to think about it too.
Right?
Like
Yeah. I mean, think about it. If there's a movie out there, let me know. Joel says 10 years exactly. I don't
that
know what that.
that to answer what your question was earlier, that how like is it gonna be a while before
Oh, he's saying 10 years. Okay, 10 years. I think it's gonna be longer than that because
I
man.
think that's the possibility of being able to see a change.
Don says what?
I think there's I think there needs to be a happy medium of teaching what it takes to be a good partner, but to also be able to stand on their own and select the right person, not just take whatever they think they can get.
So should we be teaching partnerships or marriage? Because I don't believe in
I
partnerships.
don't either.
I believe in benevolent dictatorships.
I do too. With the benevolent dictatorship. I can't with you.
Yeah. So I mean,
Uh,
I I don't think teaching children or our children to be partners, good partners, is not a good. I don't know. Maybe you're not using the word right because when I see partners, that
I'm thinking about I'm thinking about a business partner, yes,
that means
but
both y'all,
yeah,
you know,
we're equal.
what we equally
We
gonna
are both
say what's gonna happen.
contributing. We're
There's
both
no leader.
contributing 50-50
There
into
ain't no
something.
leader
Yeah,
at
yeah.
all. You know what I'm
Like you
saying?
my partner in the volleyball game.
Right. So now, if
You
you
know what I'm
don't like
saying?
when you're in a partnership, when you don't like what your partner doing, you can say, "No, we're not doing that."
Right.
When you're in a marriage and you following somebody, whether you like it or not, that's what we doing.
Right. That's usually how that works.
Right.
Mom said, oh wait, Joel says change can happen within the next 10 years. No joke. It's a functional plan for all families, especially black. And see, I kind of understand where Joel is going with
What
that.
do you say?
He says change can happen within the next 10 years. No joke. It's a functional plan for all families, especially black. And I can understand that. And that's what I mean earlier when I'm like, the way things are moving, especially with the way the internet and all this is today, people now are doing more homework and research on things.
I don't believe that.
You don't?
I don't believe that.
I don't know.
I
I
don't
think
believe that
so.
because for things that matter, you listen to the rhetoric that come out of people's mouth. You be like, they not reading no books. They not looking at no laws. They not looking at nothing that pertains to whatever they talking about.
Right.
I mean, and I'm sure there's a select few of us out there
No,
like
I feel you on
like
that.
Joel. There's anomalies out there, but the general consistency of the public, them people can't read. and statistically, it says that the nation can't read, and we read
It
underneath the
does.
4th and 3rd grade level.
And here's the thing. Mom said, "Explain, Lucy, dictator."
Explain, Lucy.
You know how he says, "Explain, Lucy."
No, what I'm saying is that in a marriage, the leader in the relationship has the final say over what's right for the family.
Right.
And if you in a biblical marriage, it would be God, man, wife,
yeah,
children,
and
and
then
that
everybody
would
else.
be how things would be arranged and how laws and stuff would be managed in that way.
Which for the record is exactly how we run our marriage.
Yeah. So
now, don't get it wrong. When he says dictatorship and the final say, there's always a conversation that is had.
well,
Like,
yeah, there's always
yeah.
there's always a
Mom said, "Okay, I agree."
there's always a I didn't get married not to look to wisdom.
Right.
And wisdom is the wife. The
Right.
wife's supposed to have wisdom. If your wife don't have wisdom, you didn't marry the right wife.
Look, where my tea at?
Yeah. So if your wife don't have, if you can't go to your wife and say, "Hey, these are the numbers, what you think," and she say, "Oh, I think we should just go get Chanel bags," you got the wrong wife. You got the wrong wife.
Not the Chanel bags.
But you know how. What did Don say?
She says a team is a partnership of all members, but they do have a coach.
Right. So the when you say partnership, so when we're talking about marriages or people being together, partnerships has no leader.
Right. Right. And that
means you have to have a board of people. Usually when you have a
board,
board,
I see. I like what you're doing. I love it.
Usually when you have a board of people, y'all are gonna sit down and argue and not make a decision at all.
Right.
When you have a marriage, you're gonna sit down, talk about it, and then someone's gonna make a decision. Period. Hands down. This is what we're doing. This is gonna be the betterment of the family, and that's what it is.
Mom says there is still a negotiation between husband and wife, with the husband making the final decision. Yep.
Right. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Exactly what we were saying.
Right.
That's why I got it up there, because we were right on that point.
And then she said, "Okay, I agree." And then
Joelle says, we already got done.
Everyone. Yeah. Oh, okay.
Joel says, what if it was a structural institution designed to educate those from 0 to 10 years of age, where they are educated in the matters of the change we speak of?
That's why
without
I said
distractions from the outside.
Point it out.
I like where you're going with that.
Point it out, Joel. I mean, that would be nice.
Influences besides that would.
And that's why I said it wasn't 10 years isn't long enough, because I don't know a place like that. And if Joel, if you know a place like that, go ahead and point it out.
He's talking about creating one.
Well, yeah. Well, I still think it's going to take longer than 10 years, because they're going to want to see case studies. They're going to want to see, does this work?
Who is they?
The people who send their kids to these schools.
Okay.
They're going to want to see the outcome of the progress of these children's, and that's going to take longer than 10 years.
Well, how about just seeing the curriculum?
The curriculum's not enough.
It's not enough.
Curriculum's not enough to make a decision on. You got to remember, modern schooling is brainwashing.
Right.
Not only do you have to, so even if the child was brand new, in the DNA is the brainwashing from the generation before.
Right.
It's in the DNA already.
No, that's true.
You'll have to battle all that. It's going to take longer than 10 years.
Just like
I mean, it would be great to have something like that, but
and what he's saying, for those who don't understand what he just said, that it's in the DNA. Your child ever do something and you be like, you just like your daddy,
right?
Or you just like your mama. That's because that gene that parent has, that child has it. That's why they're doing the same manner. Dude, I've sat down with my dad and watched him talk to me, and I'm like,
right.
Oh,
that's why I do that.
Yeah. Yeah. I've been like, dude, like
same thing with my dad. If people say I sound like him, or I have his mannerisms.
You sound too much like your father. Sometimes I'll be like, oh.
Yeah, if there's a school out there, if there's a school out there with an administration that I trust, I would invest in that. The problem is finding an administration that you trust.
Well, and then I think that's like you were saying. Um, it has to be something that, because for especially for Black folks, we got to see. We got
It's
to
not
see
even
it.
that. Is
We
that
got to be
we
like, no, show me the numbers, show me
the
the money.
Black folks don't trust their own, and if we're
Nah,
the thing with that is if they would make a curriculum and for it to be successful, it's got to be based for everybody. It can't just be for one set.
one culture, yeah.
Yeah,
Or
it got to
or
be
it
based
could,
for.
or it could.
Let's see what Joel talking about.
So what if there is a
Yeah,
curriculum?
if there is a curriculum, that'd be great. I'd like to see it. I'd like to see it so that way I can look at it and go, hey, this is good. Remember, marriage is
Marriage is not just head knowledge; it's heart knowledge.
true. I think they're hand in hand. I think you can't have one without the other. I agree.
And I think some people try to, and I think that's when the marriage fails.
Well,
And
I
you're like,
think
why
that's
did it
why
fail?
men and women are good together. Well, when they have a great marriage, is because usually the men is the more logical side, and the women are the more
Emotional
emotional
side,
or the spiritual side of the relationship. Now, if they both sound in their thought process, then you got a good marriage.
right?
If one of them is off, you're gonna have some off things about the marriage.
Joel says, so why don't you lend the time to invest in looking at the books to build that trust?
Reason why my kids are grown. My kids are done. And they're cooked already. And the reason why I say that, and yes, it would be great for me to take the time to invest in looking in books to build that trust. Yes, but I'm trying to build a legacy. I'm busy doing that. That takes up most of my time, and my children are already done. So it would be up to my children to look that stuff up.
Don says traditionally the men were the thinkers and the women were the nurturers. Yes. I mean,
I
that
think
still
women were
is
thinkers too. You can't be wise without being able to think.
right.
So
So the thing about that though, I think I understand where Don is going with that, because like it's the same thing where I was explaining to my girls, if you get into an argument with your boyfriend or whatever, and he's quiet, he's thinking, let that man think.
yeah, pretty
Like
much he's probably
don't
thinking.
don't be in his face talking about why you ain't answering my question, or why don't you hear me talking to you? Don't do that, because he's probably thinking, and he's thinking because he loves you. He's thinking because you may have said something or did something that really pissed him off, and he don't want to really say what's on his mind, because if he does, it'll probably
It's
hurt
not
your
even. It's
feelings.
not that. See, you're missing it. We're thinking about the best way to come to peace.
That's what I'm saying.
No,
So
but like
that's the
we're
same
not.
thing. You're
No,
not
it's not. You're
if you're
missing it.
not thinking. So if you
We're
were
not thinking for the sake of not hurting anyone. We're thinking of we need peace. That's what we're thinking. We don't care if you get hurt
I
in what
don't
we say.
I don't believe that, because most men, when I talk to them, they say, yeah, I'm trying to find the best way to put it so
Because
I don't say it
in
jacked
other
up.
words, they want peace. They're telling you.
Same. So we're saying the
But
same
if
thing.
if no, we're not. If he would have said it to me, he would have said, "I just want peace, bro." He
But
said it to you,
a man talking to a man is different. No, I know what you're talking about there, but I'm
right?
saying, so if two men get into an argument, they're gonna say what they gotta say. It's gonna come out the way it comes out, or they're gonna fight. It's one of the two ways. What if a man gets into an argument with a woman that he's in a relationship with and he cares about her, he's gonna be cautious on how he delivers whatever it is he's saying, because he knows it can hurt her.
It's not on
Whether it be the truth or not.
that's a factor, but that's not the first premise. The first premise
Is what?
is peace. It has nothing to do with we're not
I think they
thinking.
kind of go hand in hand.
No,
Because if you
it don't.
because think about it this way, right?
It don't, because
If
I
you
don't have to
don't
agree with you to have peace.
listen to what I'm saying. If you said what was on your mind, right? You knew that I'm just gonna tell her whatever it is that she getting on my nerve, and you knew that when you said it, it was gonna cause friction,
Right.
right? That's not peace. But if you thinking, you know what, I'm gonna keep peace, so I'm gonna try to figure out how to say this so I keep the peace. It's the same thing as I don't want, because hurting her feelings or hurting my feelings won't be peaceful.
No, see, and I understand what you're telling me, but that's not what we're thinking. We're thinking that we want peace for the sake of all of us, not just because I want you to feel better.
Okay.
You understand what I'm trying to tell
Okay.
you? but
Okay.
I want peace.
Period.
It doesn't matter how we get there.
Right. That's as long as the common goal is peace.
Right. And then I can go, oh, I can consider her thought process
Right.
after there's peace.
Okay.
Like,
And they,
don't no dude is thinking that. No dude is like, I don't want to say this. They're thinking that how quickly can I get to peace by what I say out of my mouth. They're not thinking that I don't want to make her upset. They're thinking that we need some peace.
and that's how come a lot of arguments are even caused too, because sometimes men will definitely say something just to keep the peace. And a woman is like, that's not what you said. Why you say this then? And instead of saying that.
He said the future.
That was earlier.
What does WOWO mean?
Whoa, whoa.
What does that mean?
Whoa, whoa.
I don't know what that means.
Like, whoa, whoa.
Oh, okay. Conflict resolution.
Mm-hmm.
And then
Women have more words at their disposal. Men have less. Men may want peace, but words soothe women.
right.
True.
I agree.
True. Especially when they're spoken in love. Spoke when you speak to them in love.
She said his motivation is not you feelings. not necessarily. We know, like,
Yeah,
I
that's
know
necessarily.
I know
in some situations.
I know that if I word something a certain way, it's not going to come off the way that she would perceive it as being peaceful.
Yeah. I'll be like, hold on, what you say?
Right.
Why you say it like that?
And
It just really, well, today I'm different, but 5 years ago, oh, absolutely.
the premise in the man's thought process is not, how do I make her feel better about this? The premise is
I want peace.
I just want to chit. Like,
Can
we
we
can
not?
talk about this, but why I got to be so
Remember,
like
wait.
intense?
Remember,
You know what I'm saying?
remember our thing?
What?
Can we just be quiet?
Can we just be quiet?
Can
That's
we
my
just be
favorite
quiet?
line. Yeah. We ain't had to use that in a while.
We ain't had to use that in a long
Yeah, it's
time.
been a while. Can we just be quiet? That was like we used to use that for a long time.
Oh my God. We would
Can we just be quiet?
We'll just look at each other and be like, can we just be quiet? And we knew what that meant.
Right.
It was just like, oh, okay.
Tone and what?
Tone and intonation.
Yeah,
intonation. I can't talk or read
is,
tonight.
Is how you
tone
hit
and intonation is everything.
Tone and intonation is how you hit them consonants and them vowels is in the sentence.
And if you clapping your hands together while you talk,
or you trying to snatch bugs out of the sky doing this.
I ain't had to snatch in a while.
Well, you ain't never really snatched with me, so
right.
You know I'll walk away from that.
I'll follow you.
I'll be like, time to go. I'll get in the shower.
Like I'll follow you.
You got to get in there with me.
I'll follow you and be in there talking about, now why you ain't gonna give me the soap? This is what I'm talking about.
You know. No.
And it's funny because like even today we're both different in a sense because we've had comfortable and uncomfortable conversations where we've talked about our emotions, our feelings when we going through stuff. So we kind of know each other's cues. We know each other's body language. We know just certain looks in the face. We kind of know what it means. So like if you having a bad day, I can tell. If I'm having a bad day,
yeah, we know each other better
tell.
now. Yeah.
So we take all of those things into consideration. We give each other grace and allow each other to be in their moment. Because that moment that you're in ain't got nothing to do with me. Yeah. The moment that I'm in don't have nothing to do with you. So I had to come to a point where I was like, you know what? Just because I'm pissed off at such and such at work, or the lady that cut me off, or whatever it may be, it has nothing to do with my husband.
I ain't got nothing to do with that.
He didn't do anything. So I can't come in the door when he's like, hey, baby, how's your day? I'm like, what you looking at? Like, it don't even make sense. So I think too, we find we utilize the person that's closest to us sometimes as a wall to deflect, our bullshit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And it's like, you're the closest person to me, so you finna get all of this. When that's not fair to you, it's not fair to me. So I think as we got older, we understood that about each other, and we understood that just in life general, and we was able to kind of go, you know what? This man is here to make me feel better. And listen, when I say to make me feel better, I'm not talking about, oh, he's my husband's supposed to make me happy. No, he's there to just be my rock, my peace, my solitude, my everything. And likewise, so why am I going to go against the one thing that has my back out of everything else, and vice versa? Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, nah, we all we got. We say that a lot too. We're like, we
Right.
all we
We
got.
all we
So
got.
we try to make sure we take
Yeah.
care of each other in that sense.
Let me take some time to hit the people who hit the love and like button.
Kiss is in the
Kiss,
building.
Kiss hit us with the love button.
Benny is in the building.
Larry Murray in the building.
Oh, 2 times. What's up, baby?
Nicholas Hissink.
Oh, yeah, his song.
Nick,
Nick, what up,
I'm
Nick?
sorry. I'm sorry I be messing y'all names up. Let me go down to so Kiss in the building. What up, Kiss? Sugar Mama. And then what's
Don
this?
said, and you both understand compromise.
I like to speak on this. It's
I
not
know
that
you
we
were.
it's not
'Cause I
that we
was too.
understand.
I was about to say the same thing. It's not that we understand compromise. Go ahead.
It's not that we understand compromise. We understand the goal.
Yes.
We're a goal-driven family. We have plans. And we don't compromise on that. It's what keeps us going longer and longer. Who's next?
Benny.
Benny, hit Benny up.
Benny says, I'm just getting on. I'm simple. Just peace first. I don't want to do no arguing and fighting.
Amen to that, brother.
That's what we said. That's what we said,
Amen to
Benny.
that.
Most men. Mom says, so I got married 50 years ago.
Because he was so cute.
Because he was cute.
Boo.
What did I tell? I told so mom, he asked me that earlier today. He's like, so why did you marry me? I was like, because you were cute.
Whatever. That's not enough.
It's not enough. We like the same things, but I stayed married because we make an unbeatable team who has become one.
Right, for sure. Yeah.
That's the best way to sum it up right there. And so let me kind of go back on mom for a second because and this is just a PSA. One of the things that I've always understood in life is wisdom. And what I mean by that is if there is anybody that can tell me how to stay married, how to be married, and how to be a woman in my skin and do all these things, it would be somebody who was married for 50 years, right? Stop allowing your single friends, your hoe friends, your whatever that's not, your ones that's shacking up. Stop allowing these people to try to tell you about your marriage. Because they don't even know what marriage is. They can't comprehend it. They don't understand it. It's not that it's a bad thing
Half
for
of them
them.
not good at brushing their teeth. How they gonna tell you? How they gonna tell you? Some of them got eyebrows like Whoopi Goldberg, and I'm still trying to find hers.
But she ain't even got none.
Right. So they be the first one to say, "Look at my eyebrows," and then don't be nothing there.
Listen, again, just you. I'm not dealing with you tonight. Again, but we do that a lot. We let our single girlfriends talk to us about our marriage instead of going to seek the advice and wisdom from somebody who's been with somebody for several years. They've been through good, bad, ugly, different, indifferent, whatever. That's the person I want to talk to. When them people start talking, I shut up and listen. Yeah, I hang on every word. Yeah. I am intrigued because please tell me how to do what you did, but better. Just makes sense to me.
What Joel talking about?
Once Don said preach. Once the conversation reaches a certain level, is it disrespectful to walk away and come back later and settle for a stalemate for the moment to gain peace for a brief moment without the other? Hold on, let me finish reading it.
Oh, my bad. I thought that was it.
No, it's another part to it. It's just not up there. Feeling some way or another. So let me say this. My husband walked away from me one time. We had an argument and it was in public and he walked away from me. I remember feeling enraged, right? I have anger issues. If you know me, then you know. I do have anger issues and I'm dealing with those. I'm getting better. It's not that I'm getting better. I still got them. I'm just getting more disciplined. Stop it. Stop it.
I ain't saying nothing.
Look, blink your eye twice type shit.
Mom, if I'm not here tomorrow, you know whatever.
Whatever. So for me as a woman today, I have to say yes. It's okay to do that. It's not disrespectful. I had a brother who was in prison behind something like that, where he tried to walk away. The girlfriend at the time didn't let him, called him all kind of, bitches to his face, slapped him a few times to where he finally put his hands on her. He hit her one time and went to prison for it. Um, when you have that type of situation, it is best because a person is human. A human, this is only flesh and blood. You know what I'm saying? We can only take what we can take. When you get in such a heated conversation and it's time to kind of separate and breathe, it's okay to go, you know what? Hey, I need to go. I need a moment. I need a moment. I'm going to talk to you about this later, but right now is not the time. I need a moment because you going to say something, I'm going to say something, and this is going to be way bigger than it has to be. So if you feel like it's disrespectful, then stop for a moment and go, oh, this was going to get real ugly. That's all you got to do. Just for a moment and go, you know what? This person just walked away from me. This was finna get ugly. Let me hold myself for a second. Let me say, wait, well, hold on. Maybe I need to chill too. Benny says, well said. They have nothing to lose, so what good advice can they really give? That part. Kiss said 100. Mom laughed at you, threatening that I was finna do something to you.
Whatever.
Ain't nobody finna do nothing to him. I told you I'm the one he got the policy on. Respect each other enough to give them time. Absolutely. You have to, because when you are in those conversations and it gets heated because the emotions flare up or you're in your feelings, you got to go, you know what? You're not understanding me right now. Because, and even I've done that. We had a conversation. He got mad that time. I was like, I'm not going to talk to you. And then he's like, oh, now you don't want to talk to me. I was like, I'm not going to talk to you. I'm not going to talk to you because you're raising your voice. I don't talk to people who yell. And he looked at me upside, he looked at me upside my head and was like, oh, all right. But we still conversated that night. And did we come to an agreement or a medium that night? No, but we came to peace. You know what I mean? Because we have this rule: you never go to bed angry. You can go to bed angry, just not at me.
Whatever. Nobody's listening to that.
So while he on here typing fiddle faddling and all that stuff, let's put up the questions.
I'm trying
banner.
to conduct some business, y'all.
I know you over there dealing with
I got
toes and fingers,
toesy woesy over here.
So we're gonna take some questions for the moment because we're gonna get up out of here pretty soon. But yeah, just kind of reiterating some of this stuff. People understanding that marriage is definitely a business transaction, not a partnership. I would not call it a partnership because that word partnership is turned into something else.
You can't be married and in a partnership. Debbie Gray, what up?
Debbie,
you thank you for the love, Debbie. You can't be married and in a partnership. It don't work.
Give us the. Oh, that's a good one. Mom says, what does it mean to vet someone? You want to go first or you want me to go?
Yeah. Let me chime on. Let me get my deep voice in there. No, just playing. To vet someone is to inquire, do a small investigation on their habits, their lifestyle, their spirituality, their parents, if they have children, everything that you need to know about them that pertains to what you want to be in the future should be vetted. And you should know what those things are. You should have them written down and you should know exactly what you're looking for when you're vetting someone for marriage or to be around. I mean, I ain't really with the dating part, but
you don't even have to know.
I don't believe you start dating until you get married.
I don't think you even have to know what you're looking for because some people don't know what they're looking for.
And that's the problem. They shouldn't be married.
But when you're vetting, you can also look at what you're not looking for.
True. That's a part of vetting. That's a part of vetting. So what people consider red flags, whatever these are red flags or whatever.
These are my deal breakers.
That's a part of the vetting process. Now, remember, when you're vetting, you got to be real with yourself. You can't be vetting for somebody that you can't offer. Like there's still a glass house. Can't throw rocks in the glass house. So if you talking about this person got to be, you got to be 6 foot,
oh my God,
6 zeros, and
he got to have a nice car
and a nice
he gotta
car.
Do this, he got to do that, and it's like you over here on food stamps and WIC. Shut up.
Yeah, credit. Yes, credit
Mom
check,
says, would
all
you
that.
suggest a credit check or a
STDs,
physical for
all
STDs?
both.
Okay, so hold on. Let me
Both
say
of them
this.
joints. Both.
Let me say this.
Both.
If you are out there in these streets and you are in relationships or you're in the dating scene and you're not getting regularly tested and you're not testing with your partner,
Let me
you
tell
crazy.
you, let me add to this.
You are absolutely insane.
Let me add to this. Ain't nobody out there a virgin no more.
I was a
Ain't nobody out there a virgin. And if you find one, God bless you. But at the same time, like
Bruh,
I think everybody should have a credit check. Everybody should have STD and all that stuff checked.
and if you feel
If
like
you got halitosis, I need to know about it.
yeah, because you can pass that to somebody.
Right.
If your
dental plan is whack, like, well, you gonna know. You know what I'm saying?
From the smile.
Or from them saying hi.
The smile.
If they say hi,
and you go,
how
and
you
hear,
doing? And you go, and your nose go like that. You
or your nose hair starts singeing.
Yeah, boy.
So
check, please.
If you and if you are upset about getting a credit check because your credit ain't so great for whatever reason or whatever, like be transparent. When you are vetting somebody, you gotta be transparent. You know what I'm saying? You don't want them to see something that you hid.
Now, I wouldn't
something.
ask it on the first night, but I mean, after the third or fourth date, I mean, yeah, I mean, come on now.
Shit, like, nowadays you gotta ask on the first night.
What's your finances like? I mean, I wouldn't ask like, "Hey, how you doing? Let me see that credit score. Pull out your credit
What's
karma.
your FICA?
Pull your credit karma out." You know what I'm saying?
No, I don't want credit karma. They don't tell the truth.
I wouldn't ask on the first, like if you at the coffee spot for the first time,
right?
And you just trying to get to know to see if you even like the poison's voice, poison's voice. Yeah, but but I think that stuff's necessary to know how people pay bills, how they handle their own business. You got to see their house.
Let me tell you,
got to see how you live.
No, because I did not know how messy my husband is.
I ain't that messy. I'm just I overcrowded stuff. Stuff just be everywhere. I ain't that messy. What? It's not that bad. It ain't. You messy too. We messy together. I can go through the house and pick up 32 pairs of shoes around this house.
Don't start with my shoes.
Yeah. So yeah, whatever.
My shoes is like the least.
I can go in the room and there ain't a chair in there I can sit on right now.
Yes, it is.
Because your clothes is everywhere.
Yes, no, you put my socks in the chair though.
No.
I didn't put them there.
Well, put them up. I folded them. Put them up. What mom say?
You see how you tried to play me, huh? She said, yes. Not because his mama didn't teach him. Mom, I know.
I ain't that bad, man. I'm not that bad. I just be busy. I be busy. What?
Your mother agrees.
Whatever. Y'all always gonna pick each other's side. That's that woman thing. That woman thing, y'all always be womaning up.
Yeah, all right.
Every time.
All right.
I'm not thinking about y'all.
I'm gonna tell you this. Let me tell y'all something. I'm gonna tell on my husband real quick.
No, see, so, now why women want to tell
you
all
about
the time?
My shoes? You talking about my
why
shoes?
Why y'all want to snitch all the time?
You talking about my shoes? So my husband has a dirty clothes bag I bought him. Right?
The bag not big enough.
No.
Mom has a housekeeper.
Mom, don't go there. Mom,
you know how long I've been asking for a housekeeper? A long time.
Mom, why did you say that?
Long time. Almost 3-4 years now.
It has not been that long.
It feel like it.
It's only been a year, and I told you we're gonna get one.
It's been longer than
this
a year.
This is what I said, y'all.
It's been way longer than a year.
This is all I said. I said, okay,
I
said we can get a maid, we'll get a housekeeper. When everybody in the house gets the house to tip-top shape.
Ain't nobody gonna do that. So we might as well just go and get one.
Housekeeper. Because I'm not gonna have nobody come in here and go, damn, they nasty.
I'm gonna pay them to say, damn, I'm nasty.
No.
So they could, ain't nobody in here doing nothing.
Well, I haven't made the announcement yet. But I'm going to make the announcement. And all I'm saying is we will get
it's
one.
It's gonna be another year.
On May 15th will be the first.
What's today's date?
Whatever.
The 23rd of next year. In the same month, we're gonna be talking about how I still ain't got a maid.
Sorry, you see, Mom, you see what I'm dealing with right now? Because you said you got a housekeeper.
Any questions?
Don't try to.
What questions?
No. Don't try to do that.
Rain them down.
I'm finna tell on him.
Bring in the questions.
He has a laundry bag, y'all.
The laundry bag not big enough
The laundry bag holds 4 loads of clothes.
for a little booty person. I got 2 booties.
The laundry.
I got
you
2.
don't have 1 booty.
I got 2 booty. I'm
you
a
have
2 booty person.
You got a long ass back.
Baby, I got 2 big. I'm wide as 2 people.
That's a lie.
Them clothes, that basket, that little
2 Asians.
the Temu basket you bought me.
It wasn't Temu. I didn't get it from Temu.
You got it from Temu.
I got it from Dollar Tree.
Why the handle break off?
The handle broke off of mine. Anyway, his dirty clothes bag is in his closet. When I go to get his dirty clothes, his bag be empty.
It don't fit in the bag.
But the clothes be next to the bag on the floor.
My shirt won't even.
I don't understand why you won't throw the clothes.
I put 2
in
shirts,
the bag.
2 shirts in there.
Like this, the bag and the clothes right here. I don't understand.
Yeah, well,
that's all I'm saying.
It's gonna take God.
Just no, it's not. God was like, God already told me. He's like, I can't help you. On this
it's gonna take God for you.
I already talked to him about it.
Any questions, y'all? Because she over here. I'm about to go to bed.
Whatever.
I'm looking for peace. Only peace I get is when I'm asleep.
That's a lie. Don't ask me to hold you tonight.
Yo, you gonna hold me. Whether you got your hand on me or not, I'm gonna be on you.
Till you get hot.
Right. What y'all got going on, man? Y'all ask me some questions. Joel, hey, I think that's a good idea. If you got some curriculum out there, I would love to see it, bro. And then who else said something about oh, that was it. He was the only one.
That was it.
Yeah.
That was it. Hey, it's been a great show, man. We thank y'all for tuning in and rocking with us every week, Wednesday nights.
Let me see if anybody else hit us with the love.
Day.
Looks like Benny Jackson hit us with a love.
Appreciate you.
Larry Murray, kiss, kiss.
Yeah.
Debbie Gray.
Yeah.
Nicholas Hissung. Denon Patterson. I got it right. How come I mess Denon's name up every time?
Because it's
David
like
King North,
like the water.
Akeem L, and 7 more on that end. They won't let me read those. Larry Murray on the likes. And these are pretty much Tico hit us up. Stephen Bridges and John Britt.
Yeah.
Mom said, me too, Joel. She want to see
that curriculum.
That's probably the one you need to get the curriculum too.
But listen, I'm going to leave y'all with this final thought.
Uh-oh. She's thinking.
Oh, God. I ain't thinking that hard. I'm tired. I need some sleep. I'm thinking about sleep.
I'm about to go to bed.
Invest in yourself, first of all. And what I mean by that, learn yourself. Because if you don't learn yourself, you won't be able to articulate to the person that you're trying to be in a relationship with the things about you that they need to know, that they may not understand. So learn who you are. Vet you first so that you know if you're even ready to be in a relationship. Secondly, learn to give grace to those that matter. We so often will get upset with our loved ones behind the smallest little thing, right? And not understand that God gives us grace every single day for our indiscretions, and we have them every day. So if you can get grace from God every single day and you can't give your loved one grace, there's a disconnect there. So vet yourself, be a better person, learn who you are, and give grace to your loved one. And communicate. It's really big. And when I say communicate, don't just talk about it, listen, understand, and try to apply what you've talked about. And sometimes communication can be hard because sometimes there is no communication when it's a one-way street. The other person is communicating, but the other person isn't receiving. You know that when you vet a person. But y'all don't take no wood and nickels either out there. Peace, love, and hair grease. From Ham number 2.
Well, I'm Sean Cheltenham, and I'm one of the Hams. It looks like we don't have anybody that wants to say nothing, but love y'all. Thank y'all for coming out.
We appreciate y'all. What we talking about next week? What y'all want to talk about? Let's give everybody a second that's left in here to type in the chat what they want to talk about next week.
I would kind of like to give people to come in on a panel, and we could talk about some real issues. That would be nice. If you guys want to come in on a panel, hit us up on the Hams DMs and send me your email address.
Yeah.
Let us know what the deal is, and then we'll hit you up.
Or you can email us at thecurewiththehams@gmail.com.
Yeah, thecurewiththehams@gmail.com. Or hit us up on Facebook or social media, whatever.
Or if you got our private
in the
phone
DMs,
number, send us a text message.
Or text messages if you have that number. Hit us up. We would love to do a Discord on what's
He
going
just
on.
want to argue.
No, I just want to
He want to
I'm trying to
argue.
make it.
He been on
I
Facebook
think
going
people
in on people.
I think people would like to
I agree. I think we should definitely have a panel. We should do a panel like once a month on something.
yeah, that would be great.
On some serious topics.
So if you want to come in on the panel, please volunteer and hit us up on the DMs. I'm Sean Cheltenham, and I'm one of the hams, y'all.
I'm Treasure Cheltenham, and I too am one of the hams, and this is the Ham Show.
This is the Ham Show, y'all. We'll see y'all next week.
Wednesday
night, 8 p.m.
8 p.m.
Yep.
Hump day.
Tell your friend, tell your mama, tell your homie.
Hey man, share this video.
Tell just somebody you don't know to come hang out with us on Wednesday night.
Everybody watching, share this video with a friend, family member, loved one, a person you don't like, and ask them, why did you get married? Yep. We love y'all. Y'all have a beautiful weekend. Peace and blessings.
See y'all next week.
Family first.
Peace.
We out here.